Hello everyone, Kaiser here, and today I'm back with another video, this time being a commission for the JoJo stand Chariot Requiem. This is actually my first JoJo figure that I've ever done, and I didn't expect it to be a stand, honestly, but it was a lot of fun to make one of Polaraf's stands, if I'm correct on this. I'm not exactly sure, but from what I've seen and read up on, it is a stand that Polaraf has used, so it was pretty fun to make. Kind of simple, but we'll get into that in the work in progress right now, so let's get into it. So the main base figure for this commission was a Marvel Legends Speed Demon, which we used since it was one of the bodies that the Pizza Spider-Man also used. So it seemed to work well since the character design of Chariot Requiem is kind of a slim, lean character, so it seemed to work well. I will be honest though, I probably shouldn't have used this figure. I probably should have used the Charles Xavier figure, you know, the all black body, since it would have just made painting and stuff like that a lot easier, but you learn as you do this stuff, and it still worked pretty well. One thing I wanted to do for this figure was kind of show off the silhouette that the figure has, since the design is mostly just all black with a few bits of shading around the body. So what I did was I wrapped the arms and the torso in black electrical tape and glued it down just to make sure it stays there. And I did this in order to get, again, that kind of wrinkled, baggy aesthetic that the JoJo stand has. And I think it came out pretty well. And I did it in a way where the articulation wasn't hindered too much. So around the ab crunch, you could still get to move forward and back. Pretty simple for the most part. I also did some sculpting around his ankles for like these little ankle cuffs that the design has. And then after that, it was just painting, and of course I just used black spray paint in order to get that base color. Pretty simple stuff. I also worked on the head. The head was made from a Batman figure, and I made his hat out of cardboard. That hat was pretty difficult since it has like this very unique design with like one part of the hat just being swooped over the top. It looks really weird, but it's also kind of cool. So yeah, I made that out of cardboard and kind of like bent it and glued it in place, and then I spray painted the head as well. And then after all that, I worked on the pants, which were again pretty simple to do, kind of difficult since of how exaggerated the pants are, but simple enough. And then I got down to painting. Now, since most of the painting was technically already done, all I really had to do was just paint over it to get that detail in. So I went over it with a metallic purple, and then went over it with a silver paint. Pretty simple. It was a bit difficult on the pants since it is fabric, so it didn't come out like the same way it did on the actual body, but I still think it looked pretty good. I also added a belt which came from a Snake Eyes figure to kind of hold up the pants. And then after that, I mostly worked on his accessories, that being different pairs of hands, which include 2 fists, 2 open palm, and 1 gripping hand. And I used that so that he can hold his other accessory, that being the arrow that he sometimes has. And that was made out of a toothpick and cardboard, and again, came out pretty well. And then after all that, I simply went over it with a gloss sealant, and that was it. A pretty simple custom to do, but still a lot of fun. So let's get into some of the finer details, articulation, and stuff like that right now. And here you can see Chariot Requiem is completed, and I have to say this was a very unique project to work on, especially with how he looked and all the stuff that went into him. I think it came out pretty well, especially the paint job. I really like how you can see the purple and the silver, and as you can see on the light, it's reflecting off of it. It's just a really cool look, and I'm glad that I put this light here because I'm pretty sure you wouldn't be able to see him. But yeah, as you can see, I added those little circles that he has on his shoulders. Those are made out of clay held together with cloth, and the pants are held by this belt, which actually comes from a snake eyes. And again, I really like how the pants came out. And as you can see, I glued them to the end of the calf, or this little buckle here, so that it just looks a bit more cohesive. And yeah, there's not much to say about this guy in terms of design. It's just a really cool look, and I'm glad that I was able to make it come to life, especially since, once again, the client said that surprisingly there hasn't been any figure of this guy, which is kind of a shame since it's a really cool design. So let's get into some accessories he has. He comes with a pair of fists. He comes with a pair of open palm hands, as you can see on the figure. And he comes with one holding hand to hold the arrow itself. And as you can see, the arrow is pretty simple. Like I said in the work in progress, it's just a toothpick. It's just a toothpick and some cardboard, if the camera can focus. There we go. There's not much to it, but it definitely came out nice. And as you saw in the picture and here, that's the wrong fist, he can hold it pretty well. There we go. So yeah, accessories are simple, but again, there's not a lot to it. They're pretty good. So when it comes to articulation, the head can go up and down like so, and can move side to side. The arms can go out. As you can see, the little circle pieces don't get in the way. Biceps swivel as usual. Double jointed elbows. They are kind of tight, but you can get it there. He has a wrist swivel, but for these hands, his open palm hands, they don't have a wrist hinge, but the other hands do, as you can see. He has an ab crunch, which is somewhat limited due to how I did the torso itself, but he can still crunch just a bit, and it can go back a little bit. He has a waist swivel. The legs can go that far forward. The pants don't get in the way. They can go that far back. Double jointed knees. He still has a thigh swivel, which is hidden under the pants, obviously. And his ankle can go down, up, and he does have ankle pivot. So the articulation is standard Marvel Legends articulation, but it works pretty well. And as you will see in the photo shoot, you're able to get him into some, pretty cool poses. Sadly, I don't have a Jojo figure or any figures that really match with him, so there's no real comparison here, but I hope that isn't too much of a problem. I still hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like I said, it was a lot of fun working on this guy, and I do hope that the client enjoys him as well. I will be making a few more videos in the future. A few updates are coming to the channel, so you'll be able to see those soon. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.
Perfect. Tested, got you on your knees confessing. Today you won't hear no blessing. Messing up your face, you'll be erased. Who could you be impressing? Sorry if it's been distressing. Feelings I have been suppressing. It's just a running theme. I guess I'm kinda mean. There's something in me trying to win me to another team. Put on a show and play your dreams. You're no hero, the voices scream. I see my face upon the screen. I'm not what I seem.
I'm so fucking perfect. Power, and I've earned it. Darkness is my burden. Now you're in for hurting.
I'm so fucking perfect. Power